Welcome back to Chukwuma Media. If we are all following, if we are all paying attention to what is going on to our economy, if we are taking cognizance of what is happening presently and what has happened in the past, we will surely know that APC, the present ruling party, have done a great damage to Nigerian economy. Why do I say this? Because of what Mr. Soludo, the former CBN governor, explained in this interview with Seun Okibaloye. He explained a lot of things, talking about where the Naira was when he was a CBN governor and where the Naira is right now. You want to ask me, who is the best to explain where the Naira is? Who is the best to explain the policy of the CBN to us, if not the former? And the former, what do you call it? The former governor. You remember Okonjo-Iweala also made some noise the time she was also the finance minister in Nigeria. Soludo is here to explain how much they have in reserve during this time. What was this policy saying about printing of Naira? Should you continue printing Naira or printing money to sustain the economy? Are there other ways? Are there more policies that could be used to shore up the economy so that the Naira can be strong? What is the rate yesterday and what is the rate today? The time of Soludo and what we have today, when the Naira is above, it's running up to 2,000 Naira per dollar. Let's listen to the interview. And Pastor Okesi said, he said, when they say Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, at official birth, should return Nigeria to where he met it. I wonder if they really understand exactly where Nigeria was before Asiwaju came to the rescue. Listen to the professor of economics and a former CBN governor who has gone through this national economic route. But to me, I will say the fault is not of Tinubu. Tinubu has only contributed and have done what he thought is the solution to solve the problem. Now, it is up to us to now look at it if the solution he has provided is working. But don't forget we had Buhari in government. Don't forget that. We had Buhari for 8 years. What did he do? Before we start to blame Tinubu, though you might say he said he has the magic wand. He has the power to turn things around. I think he's doing his best. Let's listen to the interview. And you be the judge at the end of the day. Put your comment in the comment section and tell me if you are convinced with what Professor Soludo just said. And if you disagree with him, or rather you disagree with the way the economy is being run now by the present CBN governor. I forgot the name. The name was mentioned there. Gone are the days when position of government, people like this, they don't have to tell you before you start to mention their name. Anyway, the name is Cardoso now. That's come back. All right now, let's watch together, but don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. This is Chukwuma Media. See you next time, and bye-bye for now.
I was governor of Central Bank, and I met the exchange rate at about 138 Naira. I am the governor that presided over having seen the rate move down from 138 to 120 to 118, and actually came down to 112 Naira to the dollar before the global financial crisis of 2008, 2009. And I met $10 billion as external reserves and built it to the all-time almost 63 billion that we had. And even in spite of, payment of the 12 billion in external debt and then going through the worst financial crisis in history, I still left behind about 45 billion the day I left office. Now, I've seen this myself. I've seen it up, I've seen it down. And I know quite a few things, but there's a note I will leave with you. And that is that we must realize where we're coming from. That we sat here in this country and saw the monetary authorities literally printing money, literally illegally, and I must say, printing money. Because I superintended the development or the drafting of the 2007 Central Bank Act. And to prevent us from getting where we are today, that's why we had an explicit clause there that prevents central bank from lending, recklessly, granting ways and means advances to the federal government. And we explicitly put in the law that you cannot grant more than to federal government more than 5% of the previous year's actual revenue as ways and means advances to the federal government. And that so granted must be retired by the end of the year in which it is granted. And where the federal government fails to retire that, the central bank is forbidden by that law from further advancing ways and means to it. That's the law. 2007 Act of the Central Bank. By that law, I don't think there was any time that the ways and means advances would have been more than 250 billion at any point in time. We were very stringent in doing this. And as governor, I was very bullish in insisting that we remain within the ambit of the law. But we sat there, all of us, Nigerians, we're all guilty of this. We all sat, saw the central bank, brazenly, illegally violating that act year on year and kept printing money, literally. Because when you advance money that is backed by nothing, you just credit the federal government, but continue to credit the account of government with trillions. 1 trillion, people shouted, 2 trillion, 10 trillion, 15 trillion, 20 trillion. And we kept going. My dear friend Sheung, I did say it before, that this particular government inherited a dead economy. From a macroeconomic point of view, this government inherited a dead economy standing, almost a dead horse, but was still standing. But people didn't know it was dead. Because you cannot pour drums of water on a rug and expect that the rug will not be wet. There is humongous challenges. And I think it is important that Nigerians understand this. And that it's not a tea party. Cardoso and the Minister of Finance, when I spoke with them, each one of them I spoke to, on the appointment, I said, meaning have my congratulations and also my commiserations. Because I know what faces them. And Nigerians need our support collectively, intellectually, and in whatever way that we can. But I want to believe that, we'll lock ourselves in a room for a day or two. We must be able to get through this. Nigeria, I'm an incurable optimist in the greatness of this country. That's why I offered. That's why I applied for this job. If I don't believe in the future, in the incredible, the future of this country, then I wouldn't be, taking myself through this, what I call the executive imprisonment, as it were.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.